Good evening, folks, and welcome to Klaipeda, Lithuania. This is the Basketball Champions League. It's a hugely important night, the last night of the regular season, and it's the game in Group B between Neptunas Klaipeda and Iberostar Tenerife. Well, the passion for basketball in this country, and especially in this great city, Klaipeda, is unquestioned. Lithuania, this is where the basketball heartbeat is. Certainly in the Baltics and all over Europe, really, the passion for basketball is evident in Group B. Elan going up against Gaziantep, MHP Riesa and Lewisburg going up against Capo d'Orlando. Here Neptunas against Iberostar Tenerife, and Ventspils taking on PAOK. And of course, all of the games in Group B taking place at the same time, which adds to the drama as we try to sort out the final standing here in Group B, and the top 4 teams that will progress to the round of 16. As it is right now, Iberostar Tenerife and MHP Riesa and Lewisburg and Neptunas Klaipeda all in the round of 16. There you see PAOK and Ventspils. They will be playing each other, number 4 against number 5, both teams at 6 and 7. So that is a winner-take-all. The winner will move into the round of 16, and the loser will go into the FIBA Europe Cup. So what's going to happen? Well, Iberostar Tenerife, if they win tonight, or if they lose tonight, but MHP Riesa lose against Capo d'Orlando, Iberostar Tenerife will finish first. They'll finish second if they lose tonight and MHP Riesa win against Capo d'Orlando. For Iberostar Tenerife, Fotis Katsoukaris, well-known coach, obviously one of the best in the business in Europe. He's got a great team. He's got Rodrigo San Miguel. You know, this is the team that won the title last year, albeit under Chus Bielreda. Fotis Katsoukaris has come in with this very talented roster of players, many of them holdovers from last season. And this team, which started out with Nene Markovic at the helm, Iberostar Tenerife have managed to win 11 of their 13 games in the Basketball Champions League. For Neptunas Klaipeda under coach Kazis Maksvidas, it's a team that has been terrific when you consider Edgaras Delionis, Reynaldo Sebudas, Jared Johnson, Brandon Fields, Castielius, Gaudikas, the captain. Everybody on that roster is important. Everybody on both of these rosters is important, and they will be important tonight as they try to solidify their standing in Group B. It's interesting, some of the players that have been out and not available for Iberostar Tenerife for much of the season, well, they will be in action tonight. And again, we talk about players like Tim Abramaitis, Farron Bassis, Rodrigo San Miguel. Players like this have been able to win the title already, win the inaugural Basketball Champions League title, but you get the likes of Mike Tobey coming out there, who's been terrific in his first year out of the University of Virginia. Mateusz Panitka, who was with Pinar Karšiaka last season. Now he is back, or rather now he is in Spain playing here and having a terrific season with the Iberostar Tenerife. Davin White, who's been out hurt, he is now dressed out, and we all know what he did last year. He was Mr. Clutch for Iberostar Tenerife, so he is dressed out and ready to help out as well. So it's looking more and more like a fully loaded Iberostar Tenerife. They don't have Nicholas Ricciotti. He's injured, a recent injury for the captain, so he's out of action, and that certainly hurts them. But Iberostar Tenerife, nevertheless, one of the class acts of the Basketball Champions League. And probably if people were putting their money on a team that would win it, they would get a lot of votes. But Neptunas Klaipeda have certainly proven this season that they are willing to face adversity. They came out really one of the best teams in the competition, and the likes of Mindaugas Gertionis, Arnas Butkevicius, and Juan Palacios, they went to Iberostar Tenerife for that first meeting and really got beat. They really were run over. That was before the holiday break. and the club then made the difficult decisions that they had to part with Girdzionis and Vukevicius. They both joined Zaletivis Ritas, and then Palacios joined Besiktas, another basketball Champions League side. So this Neptunas team lost some key players, but they have a lot of good players still there. They've brought in some other reinforcements, and they have made it to the round of 16. So the question is now, how will they finish this season? How will they go out? Will they go out strong? If they win against Iberostar Tenerife, or if PAOK lose to Ventspils, then they will finish third place. They could do no better than third place, Neptunas Klaipeda tonight. They will finish fourth if they lose and Iberostar Tenerife, to Tenerife, and PAOK win their game against Ventspils. So, will the placing matter for these teams? Will it certainly affect who they play the next time out? But at the end of the day, the crunch game is the all-or-nothing game between PAOK and Ventspils. The winner gets into the playoffs, and the loser does not. So, we're going to look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. And you see Kitsielius, he's been up and down, really, for this Neptunas team. And we will also get a look at that starting five. And we'll also get a look at the referees tonight. We've got a good crew tonight. Tolga Sahin from Italy in the middle there. Arnis Ozuls from Latvia, and Boris Krajic there on the right from Slovenia. So there is the starting five. It's going to be Bassis, Toby, Panitka, the Poland international, Avramidis, and Javier Beiran, who is back and playing again. He was, remember, lost to injury last season during the championship run. He made it back, started this season, was playing well, but then got hurt again. But now he's back and helping Coach Katsikaris' team compete on all fronts, not only in the Spanish top flight in the Liga Endesa, and not only they're going to be in the Copa del Rey, but also in the Basketball Champions League. And this is the title that they would desperately like to win again. Brandon Fields, Sebutis, Zelionis, Galdikas, and Šulskas in the starting lineup for Neptunas Klaipeda. Remember, Zelionis has been called up to Lithuania's national team for the World Cup qualifiers. And you've got Sebutis and Galdikas, the captain, inspirational player. And they're hoping that Vytautas Šulskas continues to get back to good health. Let's listen to the coach.
Let's play horns 5 to Simas, but I want that you guys start from here. Sheila, pick and pop, Simas. Okay. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. Strategy.
So if it's no, yo creo que si cogemos el rebote, pero tenemos el primer ataque, directamente, no es un matchup. Ok, si es man to man, estamos el 5, ok, como hemos dicho, pone aquí y jugamos, ¿vale?
So it's interesting as you look at Coach Katsikaris. Long-time coach, really. He's Greek, but he's been coaching in Spain for a while. He's coached at Bilbao. He coached before that. He coached at Valencia Basket. He coaches now with Iberostar Tenerife. And in fact, last season he was at the helm of Murcia. UCAM Murcia, another team in the Basketball Champions League. So both of these teams will remember the first time that they met, and it was a very happy occasion for the Iberostar Tenerife faithful. They won it 90-67, and that one was sort of against the run of form, because Neptunas Klaipeda up to that point had been one of the best teams, the most rampant teams in the Basketball Champions League, but they really got their clocks clean down at Iberostar Tenerife. Now Panitka, without question, ask his Poland national team coach Mike Taylor about him, and he'll just have nothing but praise for Panitka. He really is a terrific player who keeps moving from strength to strength, and I would suggest in the running for the top team of the year in the Basketball Champions League. Well, good evening, folks. We are underway here. Welcome to Klaipeda, Lithuania. And it's game day 14. It's the last game day of the regular season. And it's important for these two teams as they try to solidify their spots in the top four. Of course, Iberostar Tenerife, if they win, they clinch first place. But if they lose and MHP Reason Lewisburg win their game, then they would finish second. And Neptunas there in the white, they will finish third if they get a win tonight, or if if they get a win tonight, they will definitely finish third. They'll finish fourth if they lose, while Pout win at Ventspils. So if Ventspils were to win, they would still finish third. Anyway, to live action now. Bayron gets it to Panitka. He gets it over to Abramaitis, and Abramaitis comes out firing. Well, they like their three-pointers here in Lithuania. They're not shy about it. They'll appreciate that shot from Abramaitis. One of the great, it's only the second year of the Basketball Champions League. But if you had a vote for the best three-point shooter, he would get a lot of votes for being that player, Abramaitis. Galdicus misses, and the ball goes out of bounds. And back over now to the visitors. All very exciting as teams are trying to enhance their positions here. We'll try to keep you up to speed with all the action. Inside it goes, and the dump, and Toby scores down low. Wahoo Wah. He's been a really good player here for Iberostar Tenerife. Now Galdicus. Galdicus kind of forces one up. An ugly shot. Now Panitka goes to work, quick spin, puts it up and in, banks it in. Boy, he took Sabutis to school. He dropped him off at the front door. Look at this. That quick spin, and Panitka's got some hops. He's got that explosive jump, and full extension was able to get the ball up off the glass and in. Sabutis picks up the foul, and Iberostar Tenerife are on top by 8 points already. Fields drives in, and the follow from Galdicus, no good. Now the pass over to Panitka. Bayron over to a wide open Abramaitis. This time Zelionis gets it, and there's a break. 3-on-2, back to Zelionis, and Zelionis banks it in. So good break for the Lithuanian club. Spins, puts it up, and Panitka is sensing a mismatch down low on Sabutis. Probably has a couple of inches on him. And see how they try to make an adjustment. Neptunas, if in fact they do. Schultzkes gets inside. And Toby goes up and brings the ball down with those big hands of his. Javier Bayron. Abramaitis Now Toby, it's good. Rattles in the three-pointer. And the lead is now 13-2. And that forces a timeout from Maxivitas. So the shooting, the early shooting, very good for Iberostar Tenerife.
Get the goal foul. Full front. Deny high low. No pass, aggressive hand.
If they play man to man, now say Butis will go with him, and the other guy 88 will go with him. So we play 21 with pick and roll. Okay? Over here, Javi, Mike, you stay. Try to find him here to switch. If they don't switch, cut to the basket to see this. If nothing, paciencia.
Well, you can hear the words of both coaches there. It's one of the great things about the Basketball Champions League. We try to get you down to the huddle as much as possible. The Michael Toby with the fast start. Remember, he's a rookie. Also the MVP of the Intercontinental Cup at the start of the season. Sabutis leans into Abramitis, hoping to get a call. Back to Bayron. The back of the rim there. Fields gets the rebound. And nice drive, but Kachinas doesn't make the shot. Checks into the game, tries to give him a little bit of support. Kachinas, one of the many Lithuanians that have gone to play college basketball in America. He played at South Carolina. Fields has the ball knocked out of his hands. And then Farron Bassis trying to reach and get the ball, fouls Fields. Filskis with the new 14 on the shot clock and the anticipation. Beautiful play, the dump to Bayron, he missed, but look at the trailer. Toby hustles down and dunks it. Boy, that is beautiful basketball. There's only one team in this game basketball. I mean, that was brilliant. Now, 13 points, the deficit. Alarm bells ringing. Sabutis misses. Panitka rebounds it, bounce pass. What a bounce pass. Bayron missed the layup, though. A reprieve for Neptunas Klaipeda. They better wake up. And almost a walk. And a resigned look on the face of Coach Kazas Maxivitas for Neptunas. He's already called a timeout. Galdikas. Shot clock winding down. Sabutis puts up a desperation heave and didn't hit the rim, so it turns over to Katsikaris' team. Look at that. Look at the hustle from Toby. Jared Johnson in the game. Bayron into the corner. Abramitis into Toby again. And Toby now misses down low. Just that little bit of extra effort on defense, perhaps put Toby off his shot. But, you know, it's already an ugly-looking scoreline for Neptunas, and it could be far worse because the Iberostar Tenerife have missed a few shots around the basket. And meanwhile, Neptunas with just 2 points in nearly 6 minutes. Sebutis this time puts his head down and drives to the basket. Tries to stop the rot for the home side. Panitka for 3. And good hustle there from Šulskas to contest. Oh, look at Johnson, goes behind his back, but decides to take it back out. Now gets it to Kachinas. What a play from Kachinas to Edgaras Zelionis. That's more like it for Neptunas. Showing signs of waking up here. Bayron, bounce pass, Toby, dunk. Two-handed. Well, he's going to put up a big number tonight. At this rate. And Sebutis pulls up for the J. Into the corner goes Abramidis, and Kachinas called for the foul. Now, Kachinas hasn't been a hugely influential player for this team this season, but you can see he's a candidate to really step up and help this team. Picking the, oh, look at Sebutis. Ran right into Bayron's hand. 3. No, that was a long jump shot from Fran Vasquez. He's checked into the game. Bayron, hands up, putting the pressure on Sebutis. Sebutis is able to get inside. Excuse me, Šulskas. Šulskas gets inside and earns a trip to the free throw line. Šulskas makes the first one. Rattles the second one in as well. Gavin White. Over to Bassus, hits a three-pointer. Jerry Johnson, shot clock winding down. Zelionis over to Šulskas, gets it off just in time. But I think that was a three. Okay, so back to a 9-point game. Boy, that looked like they had not much happening on that sequence, but Zelionis alertly passed out to Šulskas on the wing, and he hit the three-pointer. Good hands, good quickness from Kisielius. Thomas Dillon-Akaitis in the game for Neptunas, guarding Davin White. Avramaitis goes baseline. They swing it. They're going to get the open look. It's going to be White this time. And Kisielius with the rebound. Hands it off to Dillon-Akaitis. And his bounce pass just eluded Davin White. Oh, beautiful pass from Jerry Johnson. And Kachinas will go to the line. There were a couple of times where it looked like Iberostar Tenerife were coming up with a steal, and we're going to be off to the races. Neptunas Klaipeda living dangerously. But again, the bounce pass, boy, what an underrated tool. And Kachinas bricked the first free throw. I'll tell you, with Davin White, he has played more games than I had realized this season, but he is crucial to this team, really. Here he is. He's got it now. Calls the play. Bayron. And it goes to Vasquez. Good hands. And then a foul with 1.1 seconds left on the shot clock. Well, good energy being brought by Kachinas. So the coach has to be happy with that. Davin White, no look, and what a play. The alley-oop pass to Fran Vasquez. Tobias Borg, who has recently joined Iberostar Tenerife in the game now. Used to play at Bilbao as well. And nice herky-jerky move, and the finish from Johnson. Now White, and that's how the first quarter ends. Well, it could have been worse for Neptunas. Nevertheless, Iberostar Tenerife with 24 points in the first quarter. They are leading it by 8. So 7 of 10 inside the arc for Iberostar Tenerife, 3 of 7 from the arc, 1 of 1 at the line. Neptunas 5 of 13 inside the arc, and 1 of 3 from long range, 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Here's some of the highlights of especially the bright start by Iberostar Tenerife. Well, it's such an exciting night. How are we doing in the other games? Well, PAOK in that all or nothing game against Ventspils in Latvia are winning it 23-19. You know, Latvia, a neighboring country of Lithuania. If you're here in the arena and they turn down the music, you might be able to just hear some of the crowd noise from Ventspils. Joking, of course. MSP Rees and Lewisburg at home against Capo d'Orlando at the end of 1. They're up 15-12. And Elan Chalon are 16-13 up on Gaziantep. Gaziantep have had kind of a late turnaround this season. They're just running out of time. They needed to get it done a little bit earlier, and they made some key signings, but just a little bit too late.
Pass. If it's a man-to-man, let's play 5. No, let's play 2 with you. Offense 2. Vamos, venga, let's go.
Iberostar Tenerife also have Nigeria international Joshua Cognan, but he's not dressed out tonight. So Davin White, what a move. Oh, what a move. But then he was stopped by Shulskas just as he got inside. Now he's hearing the boos for complaining. 12 seconds on the shot clock. And oh, he got a little bit of arm contact there from Shulskas. I'm not sure how much it put him off his shot. Roscoe Allen in the game and introduces himself with a potential three-point play. The Hungary international takes the bounce pass, goes strong to the hole. Roscoe. But does not complete the three-point play. Shulskas gets the rebound. Roscoe Allen, 24 years old. And a foul called on Fran Vasquez. 2 fouls on him. Jared Johnson going to work on Davin White, and then a little bit of a runner. And Jared Johnson looks like he's enjoying the moment. He's gotten better as the season has gone on in the Basketball Champions League. He joined in midseason. And Davin White trying to get an unsportsmanlike called on Johnson. This is Jared Johnson with the little runner, and then here he is. And you could see why Davin White thought maybe he might get that unsportsmanlike. Toby catches it on the low block, passes it back out to Panitka. And 3 seconds was the call on Toby. Zelionis huffing and puffing, getting up the court. It's great to see Borg back in Spain and playing for the Iberostar Tenerife team. He'll be with Sweden in the World Cup qualifiers, number 10. Keep an eye on him. Entry pass, and Zelionis goes up strong. And now it's a 6-point game. Boy, it looked like they were going to be on the end of a hiding tonight, the way this game started. But they've gotten back to 6 points now, the deficit. Toby sets the high pick. Now he's going to roll. White with a little runner. And it was good. And the answer for Telenakaitis. Five-point game now. Davin White misses. Casillas with the rebound quickly to Johnson. And he was fouled by Borg. And Kazis Mexvidas now appealing for an unsportsmanlike foul. Believing that Borg wasn't playing the ball. Look at this. Well, that was just a very shifty move by Johnson. But Johnson's made a significant difference since he's been out there. Borg reaches in and commits another foul. He's trimmed up a little bit, hasn't he? And Neptunas launches one. White gets the rebound. White over to Panitka. Oh, Panitka! Goodness me, it's the second time tonight. Only the degree of difficulty on this one. Look at this. He feels the contact. He kind of floats in and just gets rid of the ball and now has a chance for another three-point play. That is a tough move right there. Just get in the rock. Zelionis tries to get right back. Borg, oh, he gets rejected by Zelionis. He says, don't even think about putting that up in here. Šulskas from the right. Now the turnover by Allen. And is it the foul on Borg? If it is, it's his third. Look at that. He just did not know Zelionis was going to be swooping in from behind. And Borg indeed has picked up 3 quick fouls, so he will have to go to the bench. Kachinas, meanwhile, comes back into the game. And Farron Bassas comes back. And I've always believed this is a strength of this Iberostar Tenerife team. I mean, they have got terrific guards. We haven't seen Rodrigo San Miguel tonight, but he can also come out. Šulskas misses. Also haven't seen Mamadou Yang and can't wait to see him. He's a game changer. He was the real difference in that first game with these two teams. Roscoe Allen. And now the block from Toby on Galdicus. Well, Toby's length is impressive, isn't it? Bounce pass, all knocked out. Toby came into this game with 13 blocks on the season. Same as Vasquez. That's about a block a game. And now the turnover. Panitka gets it to Toby. Toby goes to work on Galdicus. And I'm not sure. Anyway, Fields has it. Now Neptunas, a little bit of arc. And Šulskas guilty of the push on Panitka. So it turns back over to Iberostar Tenerife. Remember, these teams already home and dry. They're in the round of 16. And that was a good look at the push from Šulskas. These teams are looking to clinch spots, you know, as high as possible in the standings. Offensive foul called on Toby. Yep, he moved just a little too much into Neptunas. And turnabout's fair play. They've just called the moving screen on Neptunas. So Galdicus struggling to get it going tonight on both ends of the floor. 4:15 remaining in the first half. And the dump to Toby. Oh, beautiful play, Toby. Bausas just snuck in there and received the pass. Boy, Toby's having a nice game. 9 points, 5 rebounds. Got an assist now, and now a turnover. Gives it back over to Iberostar Tenerife. In fact, it was a foul on Cebudas. So timeout on the floor here in Klaipeda. Let's go down to the bench. Turnover game.
Why are we not passing? Here, box out. Let's go like Zipper, you said. Reno, get the ball. Change the ball. So you bring the ball over here.
9 assists for Iberostar Tenerife.
If it's a man-to-man, I want us to play 52, okay? 52 with team. So set the pick and open, okay? All right, remember, stay here. Hold your man.
Well, last week, PAOK really turned it up a notch against Neptunas, and right now they are up 41-28 at Ventspils. And you have to say, I mean, Howard Ombopoulos is just moving from strength to strength now. He's got 7 points in that game. Phil Goss is playing well again, and as a team, they're shooting 7 of 12 from three-point range. So PAOK could be the team to be looking out for here. They remember, if they win and Neptunas lose tonight, PAOK would climb above them in the standings in the 3rd place. Oh, and the foul, Cebudas. And, you know, it's part of the game, but it looked almost as if White stuck his leg out to ensure the contact. But boy, that is a tough, tough call for Cebudas, and he probably knows better. He's got to anticipate that White is going to do that. White goes to the line for 3 free throws. Second free throw is good. So one more coming. Katsikaris really, I think, unlucky at the helm when he was he coached Greece for a few years, 2014, 15, and 16. But Greece decided to move on. And good defense. Jump ball. I mean, there's no doubt about Katsikaris being one of the top coaches in Europe, in my opinion. Look at that, great anticipation. And there you have Šulskas with the drive, puts the ball high off the glass. Wow. Toby. And then Toby loses it. Nope, and the ball is going to be, well, it's going to be Iberostar Tenerife ball, and you can understand. Wait, now he's going to correct it. Toby's like, oh, Christmas has come early. It's only at the start of February. I think Zelionis may have fouled him, though. Well, nevertheless, he didn't complain. Javier Bayron back into the game. Quick pass, all Zelionis, and he has a chance for a three-point play. And a little bit of an answer here for Neptunas right at the end here in the first half, the last few minutes. Great story. Well, in fact, a technical foul was called on Bassis as well. So Neptunas will take that. And the reason why that's big, not only the free throw, but they will maintain possession. So Bassis went up, and the referee just didn't want to hear it. Now, that looked innocent enough going up and talking to him, but you're not sure what he had said throughout the rest of the game. So, anyways, back to an 8-point deficit and a big opportunity here for the home team. Šulskas turns and scores. Game on again, folks. 6-point game now. Punitka has made some big plays tonight with his drives. He hangs in the air, and Kachinas is whistled for the foul. Well, they're going to call that. He was definitely, he moved in, he kind of leaned into him at first, but nevertheless, calling that pretty tight in my opinion. Punitka makes the first, misses the first, and now he's going to take the second, and kind of a frustrating game here for the coach. His team really has seemed to have been in control for most of it, and they're not really stamping their authority on the mat, on the game. Pass over to Zelionis for three, and he hits it. Look at the emotion, the passion of Zelionis. Back to a 4-point game. Look at him playing D. They whip the ball into the corner to Bayron. He finds Roscoe Allen wide open. You got to hit the wide open shots. Now Šulskas fields for three. Good! Goodness gracious! It's a 1-point game. What a comeback from Neptunas. Great break. Great decision by Šulskas. No look pass. And Fields didn't hesitate. Pulls up on the break. 1-point game. And Katsikaras takes a deep breath and starts to give some instructions. Look at that. Neptune is now 4 of 10 from deep, and the shooting percentage is much more comparable overall. Points in the paint, 20 and 18. Remember, Iberostar Tenerife led in this game by 13 points. And the problem they've got is if Iberostar Tenerife don't win this game, they're going to finish in second, because you just simply cannot see Capo d'Orlando winning at MHP Reason. Right now, MHP Reason Lewisburg winning it by 17 in the first half. Well, you got to really admire the sense of purpose and the resiliency of Neptunas. I mean, they just do not give up. Now we'll see if the Iberostar Tenerife can finish the first half strong. Remember, they're the defending champions. Panitka. Oh, boy, that is clutch, isn't it? Other teams making a run. You come right out of a timeout and hit a three-point, and that gets it back to 4, the lead. Bounce pass, Zelionis. And Kisielius misses. Well, that's a shot they would have liked. Good hands from Šulskas. Forces a turnover. Now Fields has it. Šulskas hesitates, puts it up and in. Boy, Šulskas has been outstanding, hasn't he? He has really come to life in this game. Šulskas now with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. The drive wide open. Roscoe Allen. Oh, another three-pointer. The second in a row for Iberostar Tenerife. And they go to the halftime break with a little bit of momentum. They're on top 43-38 at Neptunas Klaipeda. So Tenerife with those 2 threes right at the end go to 5 of 10 from deep. Neptunas 4 of 11. Neptunas 11 of 21 inside the arc. And Iberostar Tenerife 11 of 19. That's a crucial stat right there, the rebounding. Neptunas need to be positive in that category to have a chance in this game. And, well, Mike Tobey had a block tonight, but anyway, Neptunas with the Zelionis block. And leading the way, Panitka. Yeah, he's been the player of the game in my opinion for Tenerife, with Iberostar Tenerife. And Zelionis has 11 points. Šulskas, in fact, with that last basket, he has 11 as well. So those two guys have really caused problems for Iberostar Tenerife. Sabunis hasn't really been on his game tonight. He's got 3 fouls to go with his 4 points. But also Jerry Johnson, don't forget, I think we've got more to see from him. And Fields certainly was tough. So we're at the break. We will be right back. Mateusz Panitka, look at the numbers. 12 points, 1 of 2 from deep, 4 of 5 from the floor overall, 3 of 4 at the free throw line. And what I remember from him this half, these drives. Look at this. He is just so aggressive. He had that spin move and drive. Here he stepped up and hit the three-pointer. Remember, that was after Neptunas had made their big run to get back in the game, and he came right out and drilled the three-pointer. And that's a sign of a great player who comes up and is willing to hit up, step up, and take the big shot. Zelionis just is such a great figure for Neptunas. Just plays with so much courage and intensity, and doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. He is going to give everything. Here he is, taking it right to Toby, who is even taller than he is, and then catches it again down low. Don't forget, he also drilled the three-pointer. And it all adds up to a 5-point lead for Iberostar Tenerife, who need to win if they want to finish top of the group. If they don't win, then it'll be MHP Rees and Lewisburg, who are cruising right now in their game at home to Capo d'Orlando.
Match. If they want to post you, make free switch with Panitka or with some other guy. So, full front, if you get the ball, make foul. Let's go. Guys, I want that always you chase the ball. I want a ball with you with Chile. So, let's start from one down, okay? Let's go.
Switch, yeah.
Well, we've been able to watch so many great games, really, with both of these teams in the first 2 seasons of the Basketball Champions League, and we thought we would see a great game the first time they played in Tenerife, but Tenerife just really turned it up a notch and ended up blowing them out. And, same thing could happen tonight. Neptunas have to be ready to bring it as they did in that second quarter if they're going to keep it close. And look at this matchup, Jared Johnson and Davin White. That's a tasty one. And good defense from Neptunas. And then Bayron was able to get his hand up and knock it out of bounds. He almost could have stolen it right back. Bayron was going to be in that Spain team at the World Cup qualifiers, but he picked up that injury and it pulled him out. Panitka picks up his first foul. Johnson gets it to Zelionis, thought about giving it back, almost turned it over. And Toby guarding him. Johnson going up against Panitka, gets it to Zelionis, and then Toby reaches in and commits the foul. It's a well-supported club here, Klaipeda. I mean, every night in the Basketball Champions League, you get that feeling this is a team that is much loved. And it's something that Zelionis remarked on in the big interview that he had. Look at the passing, just one pass too many there from Kachinas, trying to get it to Šulskas. Avramidis to Bayron now. He's going to try to go to work. He does go to work on Neptunas. And Neptunas picks up the foul. Neptunas has a lot of tread on those tires. He's been around. 35 years of age. Panitka, another three. 15 points for him. Wow, he is just out of the top drawer, folks. I mean, he is good. And now the unsportsmanlike called on Kachinas after a great defensive play by Panitka. I mean, Panitka has just completely made the huge plays in this game. I mean, he is something else. Look at this. Look at that denied defense. And he gave Kachinas a lesson there. I don't know if he's going to make the team of the week, Panitka. I'll tell you one thing, he's going to make my team of the week. I mean, he has been unbelievable. 16 points now. Misses that free throw. Panitka is 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And also, he has made significant plays at important times. He is a great player. Here he is again. Catches it down low. Puts it up and in. Goodness me. There's the Panitka level, and then there's everybody else below him level. I mean, they're not stopping him. Look at him. He's like, this is child's play. I'm dominating. Šulskas picks up his second foul, and that is a desperately needed timeout by Neptunas. Panitka now with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He is already at plus 22 efficiency. 14 points from the bench for Iberostar Tenerife as well. 9 for Neptunas.
If it's number 9 with him, okay?
If it's number 9 with me, I will go and then I come back.
8 points off turnovers for Iberostar Tenerife, 6 for Neptunas.
If nothing, I go further and then...
No. I will take, we can go to the other side. If it's number 9 with you and we play like this, you open, we go pick, and now you post.
Look at this. Open, release, it's good. Panitka. He's scoring outside, he's scoring inside, he's scoring on drives, he's blocking shots, he's coming up with steals. Well, he's not blocking shots, but he's coming up with steals. And here he is trying to get a three-point play. And he does. So Panitka now with 19 points and plus 23 efficiency. Goodness me. He could just go home. That's a good night's work. Going home, Mateus. Order room service. And that will be goal interference. Good play by Šulskas. Goal interference called on Toby. Mike, if the ball's down inside the cylinder, you can't come up and hit it out from underneath the rim. You know better. Come on. Look at Panitka. Oh, what a play! Panitka twisting in the air, and Toby alertly comes down the lane and dunks it. Neptunas steps back, and Bayron with the rebound. Well, he has liked the matchup. Now he's going to pass it out to Bayron. Shot clock winding down, so Panitka picks up a jumper. Yes. He's on fire. 21 points. Jared Johnson off the front of the rim. Boy, Panitka has had some great games in the Basketball Champions League in the first 2 years. And this might just be his best. And that's saying something because he has been very good. And the interesting thing about Panitka, he's 24 years old. I mean, he is one of the standout, he's a young guy playing the Basketball Champions League. And good defense this time. Sabutis has it. Now Davin White. Boy, Jerry Johnson just looks a different player than the one who started playing for Neptunas earlier this season. He is playing great. Great aggressive play by him. So Panitka already with a season high tonight. His previous high, he had 16 points twice in a game against MHP Rees in Lewisburg and against Pauk a couple of weeks ago. Shulskas, ball batted away by Toby. Panitka left open. Good! Boy, Panitka owns Klaipeda right now, folks. He has taken his game to the stratosphere. Unbelievable performance. Now Toby with the rebound. Panitka has it. Panitka drives out to Abramaitis. Toby with the long one. Panitka behind, doesn't get the steal. Toby with the rebound. I mean, you could just feel it just watching the game. It's almost as if Panitka's just killed it single-handedly. Need to come up with a nickname for him, like the Polish Express, perhaps. Or how about the, let me think about this. Johnson picks up his third foul. Toby goes out. So Panitka 24 points. Vasquez comes in, and Davin White is at the line. Well, I don't know if anybody's watching. If anybody's watching this game that matters, Panitka put this in bright, in huge capital letters, blinking. MVP of the week. Let's get him the MVP of the week, folks. He's got to be in the reckoning. 59-40. I mean, he has just utterly destroyed Klaipeda here in this second half, in this third quarter. Phenomenal display. Shulskas drives in. Oh, great finish from Shulskas. And that was Panitka that reached in and committed the foul. Second foul on him. So Panitka takes a seat. Roscoe Allen in the game. Theron collects the rebound. Well, we've already seen Neptunas come, shave a 13-point deficit down to 1. But now they're trailing by 17 points. And Sabutis picks up his 4th foul. It's not been his night tonight. And it's been that kind of night for Sabutis. I mean, that is not a horrendous foul. I mean, that is a disruptive foul. He's being disruptive, but anyway, Beliauskas checks into the game. And the pass inside and dunked by Kissy Elias. Some authority. White. Bayron. Johnson collects the rebound. A little bit of energy coming for Neptunas now. Bounce pass Johnson. What a play. Nice finish from Gaudikas. Boy, Johnson is looking good. I know I've said it before, but it's got to be said again. He is doing what he needs to do for Neptunas. They just have had no answer for Panichka tonight. Beliauskas tries to get a hand in the face of White. Helps put him off the shot. The quick shot allows Johnson now to bring it up. Oh, beautiful pass again. Gaudikas gets it to Kissy Elias, and Javier Bayron commits the foul. Okay, so timeout on the floor. 61-46 in favor of Iberostar Tenerife. Let's go down to the bench. Look at the turnover game. 10 for Neptunas, 6 for Iberostar Tenerife.
If they play zone, we will play Mac. Okay? Man to man, we play fast. Okay?
Rebounding totals. Neptunas still up by 1 in that department. Free throw no good, and Bayron stoppage in play here. Borg meanwhile comes back in. They're going to take it again, Kissy Elias. And misses again. Beliauskas picking up full court here. And the ball turns back over to the hosts. Vasquez long, and now Jared Johnson has it. He's 15 points. Never say never. Johnson for three. Good! Oh, he's been good, folks. I mean, I've said it over and over again. He is bringing his A game now for Neptunas. And good deny. Roscoe Allen, not sure where he was going. And Johnson again taking it straight to the hoop. Zelionis gets it. Beliauskas. But Johnson is just got some energy from somewhere tonight. Look at this, another three. Good! Jared Johnson. Jared Johnson said, hold on, Panicka. You're not going to put this thing away yet. Oh, and the turnover goes back over to Neptunas. Boy, Iberostar Tenerife in complete command. And that vice-like grip is no longer. But an offensive foul. And is it on Zelionis? Will they count the basket? And you got to be careful going up to these refs. They might call it technical. Remember what they did on Bassus? Boy, that is awfully hard. Oh yeah, I think he kind of moved in to his right. That's what the referee saw, and Zelionis is just trying to get an explanation. Well, perhaps a comeback killer. Both teams now over the limit, so any more fouls will send people to the line. Bassus to Bayron. Goes at Fields, goes up and scores with a reverse layup. Chance of Lietuva, Lithuania. Beliauskas for three. And good hustle there. Fields ends up coming up with the ball. They got 2 point guards on the court right now. Here's Fields. Shakes and bakes. Beliauskas wide open. Rims out. Zelionis there for the putback. He misses. Couldn't quite get it at the end. So good effort. But Iberostar Tenerife lead at 63-52 with a quarter remaining. Here's the Panitka show. So the three fingers go up. And again, just appreciate the brilliance, folks. And time and time again, though, we see Neptunas when we think the game is over. And it certainly seemed as if we had already seen Panitka kind of bury him. He goes out of the game, and they make a little bit of a run. But whenever he's in there, you just feel like they've got no chance. Jared Johnson, though, has really provided a spark for Neptunas tonight. Jared Johnson has 10 points. He's 2 of 3 from deep, 3 assists. Got a couple rebounds. Panitka, there you see the game stats, shooting numbers for Iberostar Tenerife and Neptunas pretty good inside the arc and beyond it. What's hurting, especially the home team, is the free throw shooting. It's pretty poor, 4 of 9, whereas the Iberostar Tenerife are 12 of 15. It's the difference in the game. But Panitka is 8 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 4 from three-point range, 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Well played, Jerry. He's done it tonight. He's brought it. His team needs to have a good start to the fourth quarter. Šulskas, where he's had success putting the ball on the deck and going and took it right to Panitka. He wanted the foul as well. Mobiliauskas bringing a little bit of D. Bassas. And the pass to Toby. And if you don't get that ball before he does, he's going to flush it. Zelionis. And Bassas gets in there, comes away with it. Now quickly to Panitka. Beautiful pass. Panitka to Abramitis on the break. Bounce pass. Zelionis goes up for the dunk. A little bit more zing from Zelionis. Bada bing. Davin White. Zelionis hits it over to Kisielius. Now Fields. And fouled out in the perimeter by Davin White. A dunk from Zelionis took him to 13 points. Fields again to Zelionis. A little pass to Šulskas, who has been awfully hard to handle down low tonight. Abramitis is somewhat anonymous offensively. Now Bassas. And who is the foul going to be on? So it's going to be against Toby coming from behind. The push. And incredibly, a 9-point game, you know, a long way to go. I'll tell you, it really did feel like Panitka had already put the result beyond doubt. He was that dominant in the third quarter. Zelionis again, drives in. Šulskas there scrapping for the rebound. Abramitis came down, got it over to Bassas. Entry pass to Toby, going up against the smaller Šulskas. They don't have an answer to that, especially if Galdikas isn't in the game. And look at this. That is a mismatch right there. And Toby again just uses his backside to clear himself some space and goes up. So Max Vitas, let's hear what he has to say. We're speaking Lithuanian, so I'll break away from that and say that Šulskas now has 19 points. That's how good he's been. Oh. You got the wink. We got the wink from Zelionis. Did you see that? He's loving it. He's loving the Basketball Champions League. He loves the camera in the huddle.
If there is no screen, then it's your responsibility to penetrate, right? Good. So we don't switch. Okay? Very good. Okay, go.
Some of the highlights. The Zelionis factor. And Shulskas there trying to guard Toby. Sabutis back in the game. Zelionis open for three. He's going to take it, but he's not going to make it. And Panitka collects the rebound. And now the drive in the basket from White. I'm not sure Neptunas saw that one coming. Jerry Johnson whips it now over to Sabutis. He gets it to Zelionis. They pass it back outside to Johnson. Oh, beautiful pass, Johnson! How in the world? Gets it to Sabutis. Look at that. Well, Johnson is playing out of his skin, folks. I can't emphasize it enough. Terrific play by him. And beautiful riposte and the finish from Vasquez. Johnson, jump shot, good. Another one. Boy, something's gotten into him. He is possessed tonight. Baron Bassis going to work, puts it on the deck. And a reach. Foul called on Kisielius. So 3 fouls on Kisielius. Tenerife looking to put this thing away once and for all. Davin White. Oh, what a pass to Vasquez. Great penetration. And then he finds his big man. Johnson's pass picked off by Abramitis, who read it beautifully. Under 5 minutes remaining now. Vasquez misses the jumper. And Sabutis going to take it straight to the hoop. But Zelionis trails, but not able to follow. Under 4.5 minutes to go now. Iberostar Tenerife, more and more looking like they will finish first in Group B. Still a ways to go, though. White. Oh, shake and bake. Davin White, that was beautiful. Put that one in a frame. Man. Finished with the left hand. Boy, we have seen some outstanding plays tonight. Tobias Borg checks in. White is going to take a seat. Gosh, we haven't seen Mamadou Yang tonight. I love watching him play. What is wrong? Come on, Fotis. Here's Jerry Johnson. Delinakaitis. And ball kicked by Vasquez. Remember, Vasquez drafted 11th overall by the Orlando Magic. Never went to the NBA. That's incredible, isn't it? Remained in Europe. There's Jared Johnson. Kisielius. Look at the scrap. And Panitka getting in there, almost knocked it in the basket. 3.5 minutes to go now. The clock is the enemy for Neptunas. Board. Abramitis. Oh, that's a dagger. 80-62. You have to admire how Iberostar Tenerife have really gotten it after it here in this fourth quarter. Last time out, they just seem to have really sharpened their focus that little bit more. See the foul trouble. Well, Jerry Johnson, I mean, yeah, he's been awesome. He really has. He's been great tonight. And those numbers don't tell the whole story. I mean, he is just the way he's gone about his business. Been very direct. And the ball goes through the hands of Zelionis. He's able to get it back. Šulskas drives in. Gosh, I mean, just did not see this coming, but this bodes well for them in the playoffs. If Šulskas can keep contributing the way he has tonight, now 21 points. Now Panitka has it down low, turns, great defense, blocked by Šulskas. Kisielius, beautiful pass to Zelionis. Felt the double team and good execution offensively that time. Javier Bayron's going to come back into the game. This has been an Achilles heel for this team tonight. Not shooting the free throws well for some reason. Zelionis has struggled a little bit himself. Makes it for the first time. 5 of 11. Galdikas a non-factor tonight. Bassis throws out of trouble. Bayron was going to make a clever pass there. And now Panitka comes down, intercepts it. Picks up his 3rd steal of the game. 4th steal, maybe, in fact. Now he's got it up high. Yeah, that was his third steal. Stewart is going to check in, and Yusiko's also coming in. So this is it's a done deal now. I mean, you know, Iberostar Tenerife. So here's Yang getting mop-up duty tonight. Javier Bayron backs up Schulskis. And Borg stepped out of bounds. Excuse me, Sturp stepped out of bounds. Leonidakaitis pulls up for three. And Yang Yang gets it. His minutes probably, you know, it's difficult for him to get on the court with Toby playing as well as he has, if you remember. And Sturp that time called for the foul. Young Danish 20-year-old Mads Bond Sturp. So that puts Leonidakaitis back at the free throw line. So Pauk up 20 on Ventspils, and they will clinch that fourth spot. In fact, they're going to climb above Neptunas into third place. So tough finish for Neptunas, but they're fighters, and they will try to get it right in the round of 16. But on this evidence, you have to say that this Iberostar Tenerife team has to be one of the favorites. I mean, they're going to win their group. Viliauskas put up an air ball and went right in the hands of Bassas. MSP Reeves and Lewisburg will finish second. They have they're well on top, 21 points on Capo d'Orlando. Ventspils will finish fifth. And three-pointer is good. In fact, Alain Chalon has won as well. So that is the finish, folks. Iberostar Tenerife, they had to really bring it tonight, but they ended up winning it 83-67 over Neptunas Klaipeda. Both teams will be in the playoffs. Iberostar Tenerife clinch first place. Neptunas will end up in fourth in Group B. There are the numbers. Tenerife 22 of 38 inside the arc, 9 of 17 from deep, and 12 of 15 from the line. The free throw shooting didn't help the home side tonight. And the rebounding numbers and the turnovers. So interesting that the team that beat Iberostar Tenerife twice this season will not end up going to the round of 16. Ventspils. Isn't that interesting? Šulskas, you have to say, his 21 points tonight. Panitka for me was the star of the game, and I will be. I know he's going to be in the reckoning for the MVP of the week. So we'll just have to see how that one comes out. But in the big moments tonight, boy, he was the guy that made the plays. Biliauskas, Panitka had the 3 steals, 2 steals. Yeah, so Ventspils will end up finishing 5th ahead of Ilan Chalon because they swept their season series. So those are the leading scores. Impressive work from Toby tonight. And impressive work from the fans, as always, here in Klaipeda. And impressive work from Panitka again and again and again. And impressive work from Toby. Here's Panitka. Sizes it up, says, I'm open, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make it. But Šulskas, you just really have to tip your hat to him. He was aggressive. Both he and Johnson combined for 33 of Neptunas's 67 points. So that's impressive. Jerry Johnson was very good tonight. 2 of 3 from deep, 12 points, 4 assists. Bayron had some good moments tonight as well. But Šulskas, with his driving, just caused so many problems. But you can't trade baskets with the Iberostar Tenerife. I mean, they're gonna get their points. Mike Toby, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He had a nice night tonight, plus 21 efficiency. And you got the feeling with Mamadou Dieng when he came on that he was a little bit disappointed he didn't get many minutes tonight, but Vasquez only got 13.5 minutes because Toby was just playing so well. Davin White, saw some good things from him tonight as well. Remains the key player, 13 points, 5 assists. But Panitka, without question, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, plus 31 efficiency. Was terrific. 8 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 4 from deep, 5 of 7 at the line. So that is how things finished off. Good work tonight, Fotis. Your team has won. You've clinched first place in Group B, and ahead of MHP Rees and Lewisburg, who have won big over Capo d'Orlando. They're about 40 seconds away from clinching that win. PAOK have won 80-59 over Ventspils. So PAOK have climbed into 3rd. That confirms it over Neptunas, who are 4th. Iberostar Tenerife up at the top, ahead of MHP Rees and Lewisburg. Ventspils, Ilan Chalon, Gaziantep, and Capo d'Orlando finish 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's been it. What a great regular season, folks, for these teams. And these teams finished it off in style tonight. They'll both be moving on into the playoffs. We got more action coming your way tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. The Basketball Champions League. Thanks for watching.